Welcome back, everybody. Kenny Smyson here. I do put out Starfield content every week, so be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And today I'm doing another HAB showroom for you guys, although technically not a HAB, it's the cockpits. You can still walk around them, decorate them, and whatnot, so still want to get through these for you. And specifically, I wanted to focus on the animation times because I was seeing a lot of players very curious which HABs or which cockpits are the fastest for the animations. And the way I captured that was when I recorded the game, I dropped the clip into DaVinci Resolve, and then I trimmed off the fat on either end of it down to the frame to get the exact amount of time it takes to stand up. And I focused on standing up, not sitting down, because I don't like to sit down a whole lot, because the only reason I do that is to take off, which sometimes I do it for fun. But standing up is important to me because a lot of times I'll fast travel to my ship, then stand up to go to my workstations to craft things, modify things, do some quick research or whatnot. So let's see. And then I did not use any animation mods. I don't know if there are any, but I don't have any of those going. So all right, let's go ahead and look at the individual stuff here. So for the Freestar manufacturers, Hopetech, Stroud-Eklund, and Taiyo, anything above this line right here is the generic stuff that you can get at most of the ports, like Aquila City, for example. So you should be able to find that. And then everything below the line, you have to go to the specific Star Yard or manufacturer's headquarters to get that stuff. So the Armstrong cockpits here, including the 500 bridge, they're kind of the short, stubby-looking one. Now, I accidentally listed the Commander Bridge twice here, but it is, because it's the same as the Armstrong one here, it is the 7.16, not the 7.26. Next up, we have the Overseer bridges, which are these vertical ones here. And you can, to get all of these, you have to go to Valo System, Planet Polvo, and Hopetown Tech. Now, he's right there at the landing pad. However, you can also go inside the Hopetech offices, and there's a gal over on the right who also has all of these cockpits and the other unique Hopetech items there. And she also has a different ship inventory for purchase. So if you're just wanting to purchase ships, be sure to check out the tech as well as the sales gal inside the main office. For Stroud-Eklund, you've got the Viking cockpit. And then you've got the kon-tiki B 300 through 400 is the smaller one. And then you've got the kon-tiki B 500, 600, which is the larger of the vertical ones. And these are the fastest animations, the green being the fastest here, and then the yellow being the second fastest. And to get to these unique cockpits, you've got to go to the Nerion system, to the planet Dalvik, and there's a Stroud-Eklund Star Yard in orbit around the planet. And then over here we've got Taiyo Astroneering. And unfortunately, every single one of these cockpits looks exactly the same, which is frustrating, a little lazy, I would say. But in any event, the Shoguns and the Himejis, so obviously the animation time is the same for all of them. But the Himeji and Shogun you get specifically at the Neon HQ, which is in the Neon City. You go to the Ryujan Tower, that's the red one, and then you just hit the elevator to go up to the Taiyo Astroneering office. And there's the one gal that has like the haircut like Andreja, and she is there for selling your stuff. And moving on to the United Colonies ones, Deimos and Nova Galactic. Deimos takes the cake for the worst and second worst animation times. Now the Phobos, this is your the Mantis cockpit, right? So you can get these at most UC ports. And then the Ares Bridge, the large one that has it's the two-seaters, side-by-side seats. I love the looks of both of these cockpits, but to get the Ares Bridge specifically, you've got to go to the Deimos Star Yard, which you go to the solar system, go to Mars and the moon Deimos, and the Star Yard is in orbit around Deimos. Moving on to Nova Galactic, these are tied for all of these are tied for the second fastest, which is nice. The C1, these are the smaller one, and then the C2, that's of course the Frontier. Now there is a unique thing here with the C2 NASA. The difference is the word NASA is literally just written on the side, down in, I think in the red paint. Here, I'll show you a picture of it. And to get that one, it seems to be mission locked. I've not been able to dial in exactly how to get it, but it appears that it's connected to completing the NASA missions in the main quest. And now I am running a mod that unlocks everything at my Outpost, and so I don't struggle with this. I'll put a link in the description below for that specific mod. But if anybody knows exactly how to get it, feel free to sound off in the comments below. And of course, we've got the big cowboat bridge here. And that's the C3. Yeah, they're all the same thing. And so that's to get that, you've got to go to Homestead, the solar system, Jupiter planet, and then what's that? Oh, the moon. There's a moon right there. Crap. But it's one of the moons on Jupiter. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick walk through each of the cockpits. So first up for Hopetech, we've got the Armstrong cockpit. This is also the Commander 500, and definitely the smallest cockpit in the game. As you can see, just 3 chairs in there, really crammed in there. Got the cargo hold and the captain's locker on the right, and on the left you've got your decorate panel as your armillary panel. This is the Hopetech Overseer cockpit. It's one of the couple in the game that allow you to enter it in through a ladder, which is right here on the floor in the middle. And you've got your lockers and cargo hold stuff here on the back. Got a chair on either side with some windows, and then captain's chair right up front and center. Love all the windows. This one's got a great view all the way around.
Hey.
And this is the Stroud-Eklund Viking cockpit here. Definitely a pretty good size one. You got 5 chairs inside. Let's see, you got the cargo here, or captain's locker is on the left, and the cargo is over here on the right, kind of hidden right there amongst those consoles. But good for making like a medium-sized ship, or you want a bit of a larger cockpit, but don't want to necessarily go full-size bridge. This is the Stroud-Eklund kon-tiki 300, 310, and 400. It's probably my personal favorite cockpit in the game. The space trucker sentiment to me definitely digs it. We've got the locker at the back here with your cargo hold, hatch right in the middle, and 5 chairs in this one, or 4 spare chairs. Although they don't have like a console of their own, so kinda just sort of a little fan club riding along with you, I guess. But definitely love this cockpit. And this is the kon-tiki B 500-600 bridge. Just a much bigger version of the smaller one. Got the cargo and the locker at the back here with this little console. Doesn't do anything though. A little safer though, with less likely to fall down the hatch, I suppose. And there's 6 chairs, but they don't have any computer consoles themselves, so they're just, I guess, for your groupies, right? But nice, good commanding presence from this one as well. And this is the Taiyo cockpit. All 8 of them look exactly the same, externally and internally. And so you've got your captain's locker here on the right, and then you've got over on the left, you've got your cargo. And this is the Deimos cockpit. It's got a pretty unique design with it having kind of like 2 little rooms. Down here in the lower level, your captain's locker there. I like putting a bounty clearance kiosk right there. It's a perfect spot for that. And moving on up into here, you've got the cargo up there on the left. Just a couple jump seats up in this section. This is, of course, one of the longest cockpits to stand up out of, but I do like the view from it. And this is the Deimos Ares bridge. One of the 2 bigger ones in the game. You've got these little side rooms that have some jump seats in them, and then the one on the left you have your captain's locker and the cargo hold. And the one on the right doesn't really have much in there, just chairs and decor stuff. There's a couple jump seats up here, navigation console right in the middle, and then your captain and first officer chair here. I do like these windows in the floor. There's one there and one right here in the middle. It's a nice touch. And here is the Nova Galactic Magellan C1. Of all the smaller cockpits in the game, it's my favorite because it's not as high profile like the Hopetech one, and so you can put stuff overhanging onto it. I've done that on some of my other ships. And 3 chairs in here. They have their own little computer console, so I always love cockpits that do that. And we've got the cargo and the captain's locker off to the right back corner right there. And let me go and crouch down. Good view from the windows here. And this is the Nova Galactic Magellan C2, specifically the NASA one, of course, because you have the word NASA on it. And it's the Frontier Hab, which everyone should know this one by now, of course. Captain's locker down on the right, cargo hold up on the left. And finally, we have arrived to the Nova Galactic Cabot, the Cabot? I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyways, it's the largest cockpit in the game. A bridge of sorts, the only 2-story one in the game. And I should have added some modules to show it, but those little knobbles that stick up on the bottom and the top on the back edge there, those sit pretty flush with the Nova Galactic hab. So when you have a 3-wide hab directly off the back of that, it looks really sharp. And starting off downstairs, you always have this nice creepy red vibe. I've sometimes had Cora standing there. It's properly haunting, I should say. Stairs going up either side.
Hi, Captain.
And coming around, you got 3 chairs. Of course, your chair's in the middle. This one, if you're just looking purely for view, when you sit in this chair and you've got that glass right there, very unobstructed view from the cockpit. So nice touch there. You've got your cargo and captain's locker right over there. And then, of course, when you come back through the door here, somewhere else in the ship, you're almost always going to have a ladder. And so, although I did design one ship that was supposed to have a ladder in it because I figured there would at least be one, and there was no ladder. The cockpit wasn't cooperating. So there you have it. Well, folks, I do hope you found this video useful. And my next Hab Showroom series, I'm going to start going through all the empty Habs. It's going to be a lot of fun going through those and seeing what they have and what they don't have. Take care. I'll see you in the Starfield.
Alright, let's see what's happening.